So I just want to welcome everybody to the sunrise service in honor of First Lieutenant Tom Martin, and good morning. The Gold Stars, you've given the ultimate sacrifice for us to be able to have the freedoms that we enjoy today. And again, thank you. It is really meaningful and impactful that you are here with us today.
This is America's oldest garrison military cemetery, and it's been the resting place for leaders and heroes of America since 1817. Veterans from every war from our nation's history, from the Revolutionary War to the global war on terror, can be found here, as well as astronauts, athletes, and local residents from the area from the 18th century. And this hallowed ground has a rich history, not only because of its place among the historic landmarks of Cadet Chapel and Trophy Point and the other battle monuments located on post, but especially because of the remarkable lives who rest here. So Candy and Ed, please know that Thomas's final resting place is one of extraordinary heritage.
But here, while we're at West Point, there are some phenomenal names of people who are here. This is the best of the best. There's names like General Norman Schwarzkopf, who remembers Stormin' Norman. There's names like Margaret Corbin, who remembers Margaret Corbin. Who remembers General Custer? Those are names that we can read about, and history is always going to remember them. And that's why it's so important for us to continue to say the names, so that always someone is going to remember those names. Today I want to share with you about Laura. Laura was the class of 2003 here at the United States Military Academy. Laura was the first female West Point graduate to be killed in combat. I've gotten to know her parents, Keith and Val. Keith is a retired general officer. Yes, they sacrificed a daughter too. I want to tell you about Dennis. Dennis was a class of 05, a classmate of my son's. Dennis was a swimmer. Dennis's parents, Marion and Dennis Sr., still come back to West Point to the swim meets all the time and continue to cheer on Army swimming. I want to tell you about Emily. Say Emily's name. Emily, thank you. Emily Perez was the highest ranking minority female in the history of the United States Military Academy. I've met Emily's parents, Dan and Vicki. Dan is Hispanic. Vicki is an African American woman. And so you can imagine that challenges that young woman had growing up. And here she graduated from the United States Military Academy, the second ranking cadet out of the Corps of Cadets. Remarkable young woman. She was killed. She was a classmate of my son's. She was the first one of the class of 2005 that was killed in the global war on terror. I want you to remember Garrison. We called him Gary. He was one of our Nebraska cadets when we were living in Nebraska, and we were part of the West Point Parents Club of Nebraska. I hated to go to that funeral because my son was still a cadet here, and I knew that we were bidding farewell and hugging the family of someone who had lost someone that was so dear to them. Never did I think we would ever be on that other side. Remember the name John? Jonathan Eads. We knew him as John. He was actually in Tom's company. I think we've lost about 105 West Point cadets in the global war on terror.
And now please receive the benediction. Our great and merciful God, we thank you once again for First Lieutenant Thomas Martin and the life he gave in service to his family and to this great nation. May you continue to bless the Martin family and all our Gold Star families with the peace that passes all understanding, and guard their hearts and minds when the memories and thoughts of what could have been overshadow the fond memories of what was. Thank you, Father, for Tom and so many others who had incredible courage and then died so that others may live.